Hare Krishna. Welcome to today's special program with our special guest, His Grace Vidurpriya Das Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. So I think all of us or most of us know him by now. He has been coming to Reading now since last 3 years. Thank you, Anita Didi and Sujay Prabhu, for arranging this. Thank you so much. So Prabhuji is a disciple of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Das Maharaj. And he has been with ISKCON or with Krishna conscious movement for last more than 20 years. Of course, when you meet him, excuse me, you can't make it out because of his humbleness and politeness. That's the quality we should all aspire for. So Prabhuji was, I think I sent a short summary of his activities, but he has been very active in Delhi area, in India, and he used to work in USA. I think few years back, I don't know Prabhuji how many years back you left everything, and
12 years.
12 years back. So he's a civil engineer by qualification. So he left everything, and then he's now full-time Krishna conscious teacher. So we are very fortunate, Prabhuji, to have you here, and we look forward for your association every year, more of that. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. So we will do Bhagavad Gita chapter 2 and shloka number 26. And Prabhuji has indicated that he would like to have more interaction and a lot of question answers.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So you all come here regularly for Gita study? Every week?
Every Friday.
Because I believe last time when I came, we started chapter 1 or something?
Yeah, we were on chapter 1 last time.
We were on chapter.
So every Friday we meet.
Okay. And we cover 1 or 2 verses? Something like that?
Most of the time it is 1 or 2, depending on the verse
Okay.
and who is speaking.
As Prabhuji said, I'd just like to keep it more interactive. Otherwise, I'll be speaking and everyone else will be sleeping. So you have covered chapter 1 and 1/3 of chapter 2. So I'm pretty sure you know everything about chapter 1. Can I ask questions?
226.
Chapter 2, verse 26. In the hardbound book, it's on page 93. I don't know the softbound. 89. Softbound 89. So first chapter is Prabhupada said the title is Observing the Armies. But if you read Gita Press Gorakhpur, they have entitled Lamentation of Arjuna. Arjun Vishad Yoga. So Bhagavad Gita is such a powerful scripture because this is one of very few scriptures Krishna has himself spoken. So it is said that any chapter of Bhagavad Gita that we read, and if we read with full faith and sincerity, it can create connection with Krishna. So the first chapter is entitled Arjun Vishad Yoga. Arjun is just lamenting. And Acharyas have explained that this can also, if we read it properly with faith, it can create connection with Krishna. It can develop this yoga with Krishna. So just like that, every chapter has some title which can create connection with Krishna. So Arjun was lamenting towards the end of first chapter, or in the middle he started and towards the end. And in the beginning of second chapter his lamentation continued. Acharyas have explained, he gave 5 reasons not to fight. Any idea what those 5 reasons were? I mean, he was speaking shlokas, obviously, but they have categorized that these 5 categories are that he said, I'm not going to fight.
What is it? Because of his own relatives?
So it was called compassion. He was compassionate towards Bhishma Pitama, Dronacharya and everybody else. Okay, second.
Attachment.
Not attachment wise. It's not that they have explained.
Arjuna says like, how can he enjoy the kingdom?
Yeah, no enjoyment. Okay, that was one reason. Second reason. 2, what else?
And it's a sin to kill
It is a
somebody.
sin. That was the 3rd reason. 4th.
Open book है.
ओपन बुक है, don't worry. आपस में बात कर सकते हैं. Towards the end of first chapter, he talked about that Varn Sankar, unwanted progeny.
Yep.
That Varn Sankar, unwanted progeny. That was 4th. And these are the 4 reasons in first chapter. In the second chapter, in the beginning, he was confused. He said, no, I'm confused about my duty. Now you become my guru and teach me what's the ultimate benefit for me. So these are the 5 reasons Arjuna had given. And Krishna started answering one after the other. And then towards the end of second chapter, because Krishna had described the qualities of his self-realized soul, so Arjuna asked, what is a self-realized soul? Krishna had talked about self-realized soul. So Arjuna asked, what are the qualities of a self-realized soul? Then Krishna started explaining that. The second chapter ends. Then Arjuna is still confused. He's saying, on the self-realized soul, they don't do anything, and you want me to fight and engage in such a ghastly warfare. How does it go together? So that's when Krishna starts the 3rd chapter, which is Karma Yoga. So anyway, we'll not go in the Karma Yoga part. So when Krishna started answering Arjuna's questions, the very first instructions he started giving was about the soul. We are not this body, we are spirit souls. And he gave so many qualities of soul. He spent so many verses on the qualities of the soul. Because it is so important for us to understand, we are not this body, we are spirit souls. And Bhagavad Gita, like Prabhupada explained, this is considered ABC of spiritual knowledge. And ABC of spiritual knowledge, and of that, the very basic is, we are not this body, we are spirit souls. So until we come to that realization, theoretical understanding everybody has. जानते हैं पर मानते नहीं हैं. Practical application not yet, and realizations not there. So this, and just to get this point hammered in our heads, Krishna explained again and again, again and again. You're not this body, you're spirit soul, and these are the qualities of the soul. Like Prabhupada also said in 25th verse, the purport to it, the last lines. This concept is repeated in the Vedas in different ways just to confirm the stability of the conception of the soul. A repetition of something is necessary in order that we understand the matter thoroughly without error. Can everybody hear me?
आवाज आ रही है?
So repetition is necessary so we understand the matter thoroughly. So that's why Krishna repeatedly spoke about the soul. We are not this body. Body is perishable, soul will never die, never perish. You cannot cut it to pieces, cannot burn it, cannot do anything to the soul. How, anybody, any idea or do you have any knowledge of how the soul is spiritual? You cannot do anything to the soul. And the body is material. Gross body, subtle body, they both are material. How's the connection? How does the connection work? One is spiritual. It's also explained someplace that connection between soul and body is like adding oil in water. They don't connect. There is no connection between oil and water. So similarly, body is material and soul is spiritual. So what's the connection? Mind is material. See, subtle body is made of mind, intelligence and false ego. That's material. Any idea? You didn't expect me be asking questions. Okay.
Probably, I'm not sure, but the verse spiritual soul finds the body to merge with super soul. So that could be the medium.
No, body is material. Body is going to remain here. It's not going to merge.
The soul
And soul
will
also
merge with
doesn't.
super soul.
Soul also does not merge. It's said in the Gita, 12th verse of 2nd chapter. Soul doesn't merge. Individuality always remains of the soul. But first we are trying to understand the connection between the spirit soul and material body.
Body acts as a carrier.
Body is an instrument, yeah, carrier, you can say that. It's considered like a chariot also. But what's the connection? Why we think that I am this body? I am male, I am female, I am Indian, I am American, I am dog, I am cat, I am tree. Why?
That's illusion. Like
Yeah, we are in Maya, that's for sure. Okay, I know for kids it's a little very difficult topic and they all want to go and play.
If it's a false ego,
False ego is material, it's subtle body. No? It's a material subtle body.
Krishna.
Krishna is. Okay, what's our society called? The society. What's the full form?
consciousness. You got the answer?
That's where the answer is. Why we have to become Krishna conscious? So what is it that we have right now? What is our consciousness level?
Body.
We are body conscious. So we means the soul is body conscious. Means the consciousness of the soul has become of the body. Although the soul is Krishna conscious, originally soul is Krishna conscious. But right now we have become body conscious. I am this body. So this part is so important to understand. For example, just to drive the point home, our eyes, do the eyes see something? or somebody sees through the eyes? Just like dead body also has eyes, it doesn't see anything. Right? So it means the eyes are just an instrument. Eyes are not seeing anything. So somebody is seeing through the eyes. So similarly, all the organs, somebody is tasting through this tongue. A dead body is there, and you can put gulab jamun in his mouth, and he's not going to say, "Oh, very nice gulab jamun." Somebody is hearing through the ears, somebody is smelling through the nose, somebody is moving these hands. Hands on their own, they don't move. Somebody moves them. So that is so. But right now, we are body conscious that I am this body. So although the connection between soul and body is like oil and water, but because of the consciousness, impure consciousness, body consciousness, the connection has become like if somebody has put ink in water. Good luck separating it. And this consciousness, soul, although it is spiritual, it's made of Sat, Chit and Ananda, and it comes from spiritual world, but once it falls in the material world, in the three modes of material nature, it develops this body conscious, it becomes body conscious. Because we have received this body made of three modes of nature, and just like Mataji said, it's illusion, Maya takes over and makes us think, I am this body. And throughout our lives, we cater to the body, we maintain the body, we decorate the body, we try to take care of the byproducts of the body. And that's all we do. And this is the biggest illusion. The truth is, we are not this body. But throughout our life, our activities are to take care of this body and bodily demands. That's all. And bodily demands are eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. And we do that very nicely. Or try to do that. But Krishna, He is the Supreme Lord. He knows this is what we are going to do. And He knows where to put that monkey wrench. So we are busy eating, sleeping, mating and defending. And He puts a monkey wrench, okay, you go through birth, old age, disease, death. If that wasn't enough, then He says, okay, adhyatmik klesh, adhibhautik klesh, adhidevik klesh. Adhyatmik klesh means problems given to me by my own body and mind. Adhibhautik, problems given to me by other living entities. Adhidevik, problems given to me by higher authorities. Too much rain, not enough rain, too much heat, too cold. Or here we had the hurricane.
Ice storm.
Ice storm, hailstorm. We were just talking about hailstorm. We have no control over it. But it makes our life miserable. And that's why Krishna calls this material world as Dukkhalayam. I think let them go and shouldn't they?
I think they're used to it, no?
So this makes the place more miserable. But more we engage ourselves in the process of yoga, especially in Kali Yuga, the Bhakti Yoga process, we start getting out of this bodily concept of life. How we do it? Because we are starting becoming Krishna conscious. We still might be thinking, I'm this body, but at least we are starting to become Krishna conscious. So once that thing happens, this body consciousness will go up. It's just like Prabhupada has explained, just like example of a coconut. The coconut is green, the skin is connected with that white thing inside. But when it is dry, the white thing inside is completely detached from the skin. Although it's inside the skin, it's completely detached. So this is what yoga does. So we're getting Krishna conscious. Or we are trying to become Krishna conscious. And this is what scriptures teach us, that we are not this body, we are spirit soul. Do the works of the spirit soul. We have done enough work of the body. But right now Arjuna is so much in lamentation. Now from this verse 26, Krishna has had to change the theme a little. So far he described the symptoms of the soul. Now from this verse, he describes the whole idea of Bhagavad Gita is to make Arjuna fight, do his duty. So he'll start explaining in a different way. So let's see what he is explaining. So you're going to repeat the shloka after me?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Atha chainam nitya jatam
Ath chainam nitya jatam
nityam va manase mritam
nityam va manase mritam
तथापि त्वं महाबाहो नैनं शोचितुम् अर्हसि.
नैनं शोचितुम् अर्हसि.
Once again. अथ चैनं नित्यजातं नित्यं वा मनसे मृतं तथापि त्वं महाबाहो नैनं शोचितुम् अर्हसि. So Krishna says, now, if, however, you think that the soul or the symptoms of life will always be born and die forever, you still have no reason to lament, O mighty aunt. So far he says soul cannot die, you cannot do anything to the soul, body is perishable anyway. But now he is changing the theme a little. If you think the symptoms of life, of the soul, it born and it dies forever, you still have no reason to lament, O mighty aunt. When Arjun was giving his reasons not to fight in the first chapter, he used different names of Krishna. Sometimes he called him Govinda, sometimes Madhusudan, Keshav, Varshneya, different names. Because they were related to the verse Arjuna was, the shloka that he was referring to. Now Krishna is the Supreme Lord. He is also smart. He calls Arjuna here Mahabahu. He didn't say Kaunteya or Arjun or Parth. He was using those names earlier, but here he calls him Mahabahu, or mighty armed. Mighty armed Arjun means he was such a powerful warrior. But if you think the symptoms of life born and take birth and die forever, you still have no reason to live. Means you cannot stop death. You're such a mighty armed person, can you stop death? No. In commentary, Prabhupada is saying, there is always a class of philosophers, almost akin to the Buddhists, who do not believe in the separate existence of the soul beyond the body. When Lord Krishna spoke the Bhagavad Gita, it appears that such philosophers existed, and they were known as the Lokayatikas and Vaibhashikas. So this philosophy is always there. And what is that philosophy? Just like the modern day scientists. They don't believe in rebirth. They only believe this is the only life, right? What what was that movie? Jindagi Na Milegi Dobara. No, according to Gita, we'll be born again. But the movie people, they say Jindagi Na Milegi Dobara. This is only life, eat, drink and be happy, and that's it. But Krishna is saying, even if you believe in that philosophy, so do we go line by line of the purport or do you summarize?
Up to you.
So Krishna is basically saying, even if you believe that you're going to take birth and once you die, it's all finished. So basically this is what scientists say, no? Life comes from chemical combination. Amino acids, they get combined at some conditions, certain stage, in this temperature, life appears, and when we die, and that's it. So it's basically Krishna saying, okay, if it is a combination of chemicals, so why are you worried about losing so little chemicals? Do your duty. Of course, life is not just combination of chemicals. The modern scientists in the hospitals, they all say like that. We change the chemicals, we give some more medicine is what? Chemicals, right? We give this chemical, that chemicals, and the body will be fine, your life will be fine. But it's not just made of chemicals. Just like I know a good orthopedic doctor in Gurgaon. He's an initiated devotee. So once I took another devotee, he had a fracture in the hand, took it. So he did whatever little bit surgery and he put the plaster. I asked him, I said, Prabhuji, you just put the bone pieces together, right? They were broken, they were separated, and you put them together and you put the plaster. And you give some medicines, so no pain, calcium, some antibiotics, so infection doesn't happen. How does this bones connect? It's just like if this pipe is there, we break the pipe, we have to do welding to connect it, right? Or just like we say in America, duct tape fixes everything, so put duct tape around it. But how in the body, how does the two pieces of bone, how do they join together? And he said, Prabhuji, whatever you're saying is right, we don't do anything. It's Krishna does. He connects the bones together. We just set them together, that's it. Connection is done by Krishna. People say nature. Nature is what? Energy of Krishna, nothing else. So life is not just combination of chemicals. Otherwise the bones cannot join together. No way. If this pipe is broken, it's not going to join together on its own. So life is not just combination of chemicals. But Krishna is saying, even if you believe like that, still no question to lament. Do your duty. And if you kill somebody, you mean just losing some chemicals, that's all. What's the problem? So why are you worried about, oh, I'm going to lose some chemicals? Prabhupada writes, let's see. Such philosophers maintain that life symptoms takes place at a certain mature condition of material combination. The modern material scientists and materialist philosophers also think similarly. According to them, the body is a combination of physical elements, and at a certain stage, the life symptoms develop by interaction of the physical and chemical elements. The science of anthropology is based on this philosophy. Currently, many pseudo-religions, now becoming fashionable in America, are also adhering to this philosophy, as are the nihilistic, non-devotional Buddhist sects. Even if Arjuna did not believe in the existence of the soul, as in the Vaibhashika philosophy, there would still have been no cause for lamentation. No one laments the loss of a certain bulk of chemicals and stops discharging his prescribed duties. So Krishna, even if you believe like that, still do your duty, fight. Previously we were saying you cannot kill the soul, the symptom of life, by your weapons. Even Brahmastra weapon cannot kill the soul. So but now he is saying that. Even if you believe that, still do your duty. Fight. Whole idea of Bhagavad Gita is to make Arjuna do his duty, which was to fight. On the other hand, in modern science and scientific warfare, so many tons of chemicals are wasted for achieving victory over the enemy. According to the Vaibhashika philosophy, the so-called soul or Atma vanishes along with the deterioration of the body. So in any case, whether Arjuna accepted the Vedic conclusion that there is an atomic soul, or he did not believe in the existence of the soul, he had no reason to lament. And he had every reason to do his duty, which was to fight. So what do we believe in? Whether we have soul or eat, drink and be merry and forget about next life?
There are two parts to Prabhuji, what we believe in and what we know.
What we know, okay. So we know we have a soul. Or we are the soul covered with the body. But we believe in just like something I read on WhatsApp. जब हम पुण्य करते हैं तो हम सोचते हैं ना भगवान देखता है उसका फल देगा, पर पाप करते हैं सोचते हैं उसका फल तो मिलने वाला नहीं. तो karmic reactions are always there, and karmic reactions means there was previous life, there were many previous lives, and there will be many future lives also. Otherwise there is no question of karmic reactions. But yes, that's like I said, no, हम मानते तो हैं, जानते तो हैं soul, but मानते नहीं. If we understand we are spirit souls, and if we understand the karmic reactions, if we understand Krishna is watching everything, we will not do anything wrong. We know we will not get away with anything. And then, if we come to this realization, we all are spirit souls, we are not these bodies, then our relationship, our dealing with each other will be really different. There will not be a question of any enviousness, animosity, competitiveness, or any other those material feelings. Just like in spiritual world, their dealings are all based on love, compassion and love. We have these kind of feelings, the other feelings, because we think in this body. Spiritual people, they don't have these kind of relationships. Our dealings with each other is basically based on our body, their bodies, and the sanskaras that we have from so many lifetimes. We all have different sanskaras. Different sanskara means different impressions on our consciousness, different desires, different karmas, different upbringings. But that's all body-based. So our dealings, our outlook, everything is based on those sanskaras. But right now we are trying to put this sanskar of bhakti, Krishna consciousness. So our dealings should be based on that. Our attitude, our outlook, everything. And once, I don't know when, we come to this chapter 12 or 13, and then if you look at the qualities of a devotee, then that's like, oh boy. And when we were discussing in a class in India, everybody said, I think we should take printouts of this and put it on all the walls in our house. These are the qualities we have to develop. You want to read those qualities? Okay, let's go to 13th chapter, text 8 through 12. These are the qualities of spiritual people, those who are spiritually advanced. Yeah, 13, 8 through 12. And this is what Krishna says, this is knowledge. Rest everything is ignorance. So in the hardbound book, page 538. The humility, pridelessness, non-violence, tolerance, simplicity, approaching a bona fide spiritual master, cleanliness, steadiness, self-control, renunciation of the objects of sense gratification, absence of false ego, the perception of the evil of birth, death, old age and disease, detachment, freedom from entanglement with children, wife, home and the rest. Of course, for Mataji's children, husband, home and the rest. Even-mindedness amid pleasant and unpleasant events, constant and unalloyed devotion to me, aspiring to live in a solitary place, detachment from the general mass of people, accepting the importance of self-realization and philosophical search for the absolute truth. All this I declare to be knowledge. And towards the end of 12th chapter, verse 13 onwards. One who is not envious, but is a kind friend to all living entities. All living entities. And that includes Pakistanis also. Who does not think himself a proprietor and is free from false ego, who is equal in both happiness and distress, who is tolerant, always satisfied, self-controlled, and engaged in devotional service with determination. His mind and intelligence fixed on me. Such a devotee of mine is very dear to me. When we are reading these qualities, then I don't even think I can call myself a devotee. And then he goes further, next verse. He by whom no one is put into difficulty, and who is not disturbed by anyone, who is equipoised in happiness and distress, fear and anxiety is very dear to me. Next, my devotee who is not dependent on the ordinary course of activities, who is pure, expert, without cares, free from all pains and not striving for some result, is very dear to me. One who neither rejoices nor grieves, who neither laments nor desires, and who renounces both auspicious and inauspicious things. Such a devotee is very dear to me. One who is equal to both friends and enemies, who is equipoised in honor and dishonor, heat and cold, happiness and distress, fame and infamy, who is always free from contaminating association, always silent and satisfied with anything, who doesn't care for any residence, who is fixed in knowledge and who is engaged in devotional service, such a person is very dear to me. Those who follow this imperishable path of devotional service and completely engage themselves with faith, making me the supreme goal, are very dear to me. So quite a few qualities we have to develop. And these are all spiritual qualities. These cannot be there if we are in body consciousness. So we have to become Krishna conscious. And Krishna conscious, Prabhupada made it very easy, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has made it very easy. Chant Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtana. So all the results will be achieved if we chant properly. That's the first verse is Cheto Darpan Marjana. Means all the impurities of the heart, they'll go away, they'll be wiped out. And when the dust or mirror is cleansed completely of all the dust, then we can see properly who we are. Right now we think I'm this body, I'm a man, I'm a woman, I'm in America, I'm in reading Bhagavad Gita. Or I'm here, there, these are all body consciousness. So if we chant properly, do a chanting, do a sadhana properly, then slowly we make progress. But the problem is, we finish our rounds, we don't chant. They're two different things. Somehow we finish our rounds. And in the end, it's not even a round, it's a triangle or a square, whatever figure. Because we stop and then we take up tug again, and then again. Round means at least continuously go. It's not even a round. And most of the time, I'm pretty sure here it's the same story. In Delhi it's definitely that story. Most of the times we don't even chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. You must be thinking, what is he talking about? We don't chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. We chant Hare Kitna, Hare Krishna.
और कितना
ये कितना हो गया और कितना रह गया. वो आखिरी वो काउंटर कब नीचे जाएगा. And then I'll do more important things in my life. So how can we make progress if we chant like this? Those qualities that Krishna is expecting from us. And where are we? It's not a hopeless situation. Please don't get discouraged. Okay, we are not getting this, so no more chanting. No. That's the only way. But we have to do it properly. We have to do it with the heart. Really, emotions, feelings have to be there in chanting. Prabhupada said, chant just like a baby cries for his mother. He only wants mother, nothing else. So similarly, our chanting should be, I only want service of Radha and Krishna, nothing else. With utmost sincerity, determination, attention, feelings, longing for that service. Oh Krishna, I'm suffering here in this material world. Please take me out. Please engage me in your service. It's like a begging, right? We are begging Radha and Krishna. They don't need our service. We are begging them, please engage me in your service. So begging has to be sincere. Just like in India, we come to an intersection, so many beggars come. And the beggar shows us begging bowl, and on the other side he's talking over the phone. Will we give him anything? He's not even begging attentively. But we do the same thing. We are begging rather than Krishna. Or we are talking over the phone. So begging has to be proper. So this is what chanting is. Sincerely, it come out from the heart. It has to. And we have to come to this understanding to make progress in spiritual life, that this could be my last round. It might very well be. We might make so many plans in material life, but spiritually, we have to think, this could be my last round. And how sincerely I should be. We just breeze through our chanting 16 rounds, or whatever number of rounds we're doing. But this could be my last round. This could be my last chance of calling out to Krishna. So how sincere we should be. How attentive we should be. Just like we are sincere in our job, in our day-to-day lives. This is the most important activity in our daily life. So we should be very sincere, very attentive, very focused. Then we can expect some transformation of the heart to take place. Otherwise, we can keep on, Chaitanya Charitamrita says, we can keep on chanting for lifetimes and after lifetimes. No change will take place.
The problem is, like just now you said, our consciousness is should be that this is our last round or this day is our last day. And just like we do our jobs sincerely, the problem is in the job we know if we don't do our job, we will get kicked out. So that desperation is there, right? So how to develop that desperation with the spiritual life, because you don't see the direct benefit.
And we take it for granted.
Yes.
Prabhupada has no other option, he'll keep us here in the service. No, we can be kicked out. Very simple, no? We were kicked out from the spiritual world. That's why we are here. We were kicked out from devotional service, that's why it's so difficult to take it up again. And we will be kicked by Maya. We are getting kicked, whether we admit or not. We all have problems. Krishna has designed the material world like this, Dukkhalayam. It means everybody has to have problems. So why remain in this problematic way of life? And problems will always be there. Next life problems will be there. No matter where we take birth, we will have problems. So that desperate situation we have to understand. And no matter how many desires we have, and like once Urmila Mataji was doing class, and she asked, among all of us, we all have lots of desires, we all had lots of desires. How many of our desires were completely fulfilled, 100% fulfilled? How many? 5%? How many were partially fulfilled? Maybe in the 10%, 20%? Partially. And how many were never fulfilled? Most of the desires were never fulfilled. So this is our life. And it's going to happen the same way next life also. So just to get only 5% of our desires completely fulfilled, we work so much. So hard, put in so much effort. If we ask devotees, okay, try get up early for Mangala Arati, chant your rounds early in the morning. No, we find so many excuses. Right? But if there is a project at work and we have to show up at 6 a.m. or 5 a.m., how many of us will be there half an hour before that? Especially if the boss is going to be there, we'll definitely be there. Because we see that little material benefit and we give it so much importance. The spiritual benefit means if we go back to the spiritual world, no more birth, no more old age, no death, no disease, no problems of life, material life. And even if we don't go back, if we die after making a good progress in Bhakti, we'll be born in a Vaishnava family, we will take it up from the very beginning of our lives. And even if we don't do that, even if we die after making little progress, and Krishna gives assurance in Bhagavad Gita, then that person will be born in a rich family or aristocratic family or a learned family, or he'll be born beautiful, Janma, Aishwarya, Shruta, Shri. Either one of the four or three or four or four he'll get. So it's a very little investment that we have to do. And the gain is amazing gain one can get. So we have to understand the desperate situation. Nobody is saying quit your jobs and do that, but this also. We have to put in our best efforts. Any other question or comment? Yes, bro.
Two questions or whatever. One is like the qualities that was described in few verses, devotees' qualities. Like can we don't have those qualities, so we chanting our rounds, and if you don't have a quality, that means you're not chanting properly. Can we consider it like that? You hang your qualities, and then if you don't see that your consciousness is developing that quality, that means you're not putting the full effort. You have to put more efforts. Is that something
That's right.
like that we can do?
Yeah.
The second question is like putting so much effort on the chanting and then devotional service. On the other side, when Arjuna was told by Krishna to fight basically is because that was the situation. So Krishna said, but basically what we understand, or at least I understand, is do your duty. Because that was his duty, because that was the situation. For us, whatever we do is our duty. So to doing our duty, the Krishna told Arjuna that do your duty, but remember me.
Mm-hmm.
And that way, you can be liberated that way also. So whatever you're doing, your day-to-day duty, and you remember every action, the Krishna, is that sufficient or it's not?
Close. Krishna told Arjuna, become an instrument in fight. Right? Means Krishna wanted that fight. when Arjun was supposed to fight, remembering Krishna, or as an offering, this fight as an offering to Krishna. I mean, this was bhakti for Arjun. So we do our duties, understanding these are the duties, these are the responsibilities given to me by Krishna. So we do the responsibility as a matter of gratitude, as a matter of love, as an offering to Krishna. So when the offering is to be done, like this offering is prepared by Mataji's very nicely because Krishna has to accept. So we do that offering with lots of love, even if we are working in our IT industry. But we understand this duty, this job is given to me by Krishna for his service. To maintain my family, to upbring my kids nicely, it's my service to Krishna. To take care of my wife or husband, or wife's husband, it's my service to Krishna because he's or she's a devotee of Krishna. So then it becomes bhakti. Then it's not a responsibility, it's bhakti. So we do it nice. And this all will happen slowly, obviously, but depends how much effort and how diligently we take up this chanting process. Then we do it. Then we make progress faster. Chanting contains everything. In Kali Yuga, this is the only process, only way out. So if we are not developing, you said it right, if we are not developing those qualities, means our chanting is not proper. There is nothing wrong with Krishna, nothing wrong with chanting, nothing wrong with Prabhupada's teachings. Something is wrong here.
But I think what Prabhuji said is still a better situation, whether you're always feeling that you don't have,
So we have to
because
feel.
otherwise it could be a different problem.
Otherwise we become complacent. Okay. आज नहीं क्या आज करे सो कल करे सो परसों इतनी जल्दी क्या जीना भी परसों नहीं, that's not our philosophy. So we have to put in our best effort now. And there are many senior devotees like Bhurijan Prabhu, Sachinandan Maharaj, Mahatma Prabhu. They all conduct this art of chanting seminars, workshops. They give different tips how to chant properly. So we adopt those tips. Mahanidhi Maharaj has written a nice book on art of chanting. We try to adopt those tips and try to improve our chanting. This is a lifeline actually for bhakti. This is our lifeline. And once chanting is improved, Prabhupada said either 90% or 99%, I'm forgetting the exact quote, of our advancement depends on our chanting. If chanting is improved, definitely preaching will improve. Definitely relationship between devotees will improve. Everything will start happening because chanting is proper. Krishna has invested all his energies in these holy names. Any other question or comment? I hope I didn't hit a wrong topic.
आप थोड़ा सा बता दीजिए how to improve the chanting.
I myself have problem with bad chanting. The tips that I've heard from Bhurijan Prabhu, I like that a lot. I try to implemented, but it's just like he says, today we take a vow, okay, in one round, I'll, at least on one beat, I'll listen to the whole Mahamantra properly. I'll put in my best effort to listen to whole Mahamantra. And then when I go to next, then I'll try to listen to that. Okay, even if I don't, at least one Mahamantra, so 16 Mahamantras, we listen properly. Tomorrow try to double it. Then again double it. Then 1 week chanting will improve. We try to understand the meaning of this Mahamantra. Mahanidhi Maharaj has given different acharyas the meanings, what they have realized. So try to understand the glories of the holy name, meaning of this Mahamantra. Then when we chant, understanding it's such an important Mahamantra, it means this, that, we'll definitely pay attention. Brihad Bhagavat Maharaj, once he was giving the seminar, he said, simple way, if I'm chanting and on this beat, I think I didn't hear the name properly, this beat should not go down. Chant on it again. So if one round is taking 15 minutes, then mind will say, oh, something is wrong, I better pay attention. And he said, if you feel this one whole round, you didn't pay attention, then this beat should not go down. Do it again. It's a matter of training the mind, true, but it's not the mechanical process, because there's feeling also involved. It's a holy name, not different from Radha and Krishna. So feelings also involved. So mechanically also we have to hear, and the feelings have to be. The feelings will come, like I said, when we feel I'm in a desperate situation. When we fly, we are up 35,000 feet up in the air. And the pilot says, okay, too much turbulence, plane can go down anytime. That will be best chanting we can say. Because then we are desperate. Right? There's no other support, no other shelter, nothing. That time we will not pick up Bhagavad Gita to read. We'll only chant. So we have to understand. Scriptures are for what? To make us understand our very fragile situation that we are in the material world. So we have to understand. Arjun, when he was giving his different reasons for not fighting, Krishna didn't start speaking till he became desperate and surrendered. Then Krishna started speaking. So he's waiting for us to come to that level, come to understand. Right now I think I have a healthy body, I have a good job, I have a nice house, nice family, my car is running fine. Where is the desperate situation? Why should I surrender? So if we are not going to understand on our own, then Krishna will make us understand. Then that will be very problematic. When he makes us understand, okay, then he gives problems, one after another. Then we surrender. First we try to, if Krishna is giving some problems, some problems coming in our lives. So first we try to sort that out by my own strength, by my own money. Okay, if that doesn't work, by my relatives, by my friends, contacts, I go everywhere. If that doesn't work, okay, somebody says go worship Shivji and worship Ganeshji. Okay, that is also not going to work. Then finally we surrender. Okay, Krishna, what do you want me to do? And he will bring us to that situation. So we better surrender before it all happens. So we understand our situation, our position. Padam padam yat vipadam natesham. At every step in this material world there is a danger. Every step. Whether we have best lawyers or not, doesn't matter. There is a danger at every step. So why take it so easily, the bhakti process? How many of us, I don't want to make it very hopeless situation. How many of us can guarantee me that you'll be there for tomorrow's class? You are very bold people. Even I cannot guarantee that I'll be there for tomorrow's class. It could be a last day of life. That's what I was trying to get to. It could be a last day.
Recently, we might have heard there was an actress in India, like Rima Lagu. She was shooting like whatever the show, and then she came home, had like a chest pain. Within 1 hour, she was gone.
She died.
Yeah, she was about 50 something.
59.
It can happen to anybody. It can happen with anyone. Big industrialists, politicians, I've seen dying like that. So we should take it up seriously, the process of bhakti. We have to. Should we chant one round together?
Yes.
Everybody brings the beer? Ready? So please follow the speed that I chant. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare